Hi, only last week a friend asked me if I would pick him up from a garage. He was dropping his car off for a service and he asked if I would pick him up and well the intention was we were going to go out for a coffee. That was the original plan. Unfortunately, I forgot and I ended up making alternative plans. And he contacted me the night before uh, over something else and it suddenly dawned on me. I'm picking him up at 8:20 in the morning. I ended up with a juggling act throughout the rest of the morning, trying to fit in everything else as well as fulfill my promise and obligation to him. It's not a deliberate thing. I have every intention of fulfilling people's requests, but unfortunately, when the day comes or that key moment arrives, I forget. I can't explain it. It's not intentional, but I forget. I'm often asked by my mother if I can remember events or places or people. And quite often, I confess, I have no memory of what she's talking about. So, what is it that enables us to remember, to store certain things, faces, places, and yet other things we have no recollection of whatsoever? Now, I have no answer to that question, by the way. If you have an answer, then please get in touch and let me know. I'd like to know. One event is firmly imprinted on my memory, though. It is the day that I realized that I was a sinner and that my sin needed to be forgiven. The day that I came and I confessed to God that I was a sinner and I accepted Jesus Christ as my personal Saviour, believing that when Jesus died on that cross, he did so on account of my sin. Now, I was only a lad of 12 when that took place. And I remember that day, that event so vividly. I can tell you where I was. I could tell you the circumstances. I know absolutely everything about that event. When I was a kid, I, like lots of children in my generation, we went to Sunday school. And with the Sunday school, there was an annual prize giving. And the children at the prize giving were asked to sing, to read, or maybe recite a poem in front of their parents. Do you know, I can also still remember those poems, despite the fact that it's 45, 50 years ago. I can still remember most, if not all, of the poems that I had to learn. And I had to learn them word perfect at the time because I had to stand there and recite them. I can only imagine that's because the words speak much about what I believe. Let me recite one for you. Please listen carefully to what this poet has to say, and I just hope I have remembered it accurately. As Moses in the wilderness, the serpent lifted high, to save the bitten Israelites that otherwise must die. By looking to that serpent there uplifted on the pole, the dying men of Israel were instantly made whole. So must the Son of Man be lifted up on Calvary's tree, and by his lifting up bring life to you and me. They took him from that cross of shame on which he died to save, and laid his holy body in a new and rock-hewn grave. The stone was sealed to make it sure. A Roman guard was set, and hell and the grave combined their force to hold my Lord. And yet, on the third appointed morning, in fulfillment of his word, he rose in resurrection power, a mighty, glorious Lord. The seal was unavailing. The watch was set in vain. Triumphant from that sepulchre, the Saviour rose again. And now he has ascended far above the starry sky, to sit at the right hand of God, the Majesty on high. And when all the sovereign purposes of God are all complete, and he has made his enemies the footstool of his feet, for he shall reign till even death's destroyed beneath his sway, till sorrow is no more and every tear is wiped away. And in that eternal kingdom, where the shadow never falls, the Lamb is all the glory, and my God is all in all. God bless.